welcome! My name is Jocelyn and today we are doing a Shop My Stash for the month of December. I am pretty ready to circulate out the things that I have been using for new things in my collection. If you're not familiar with what Shop My Stash is, it is a way to circulate through your makeup collection if you have one that is decently sized. It makes sure that you have eyes on everything that you have and get use out of everything that you have. So I have a few things that I'm rolling over from last month. There's a couple of new things that are going to be coming into my collection that I will be using that I have not received yet, but there are a lot of things that I need to pull for. I need to pull for some foundations, some concealers, eyeshadow palettes, all of that jazz. So let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so we are in fact starting out in my foundation, concealer, primer, and powder drawer. These couple of foundations over here are ones that are not in my shade. These are a bit too dark for me. This one actually is a little bit too light for me, so I need to wait until probably January or February to pull this in to use. I am sort of rolling this over from last month. I'm not entirely sure why I put it back in my Alex drawers, but I am gonna pull this in again. And then I think I'm also going to bring in this Cover FX foundation. I almost wish that I had the Fenty Beauty foundation back in my life. I'm really tempted to go pick it up again. I don't have too many foundations. This one's almost empty. These two are in my summer shade. This one's new, but I can't wear it for a couple of months. And then these two are really weird. So I wore this one quite a bit. I've actually got quite a bit of this used up and I really like it. And this is the same exact foundation, but I've kind of found that the formula and the wear is a little bit different between these two. I don't know what that's about. It might actually, now that I'm thinking about it, be that my skin has just changed now that the weather has changed. So maybe I need to actually pull this in again and see if it is in fact my skin or if it's the formula that is different between these two shades. So I'm actually going to pull all three of these in. This is almost completely used up, so by the time that the month is over, I'm sure that this will be gone. And then this is just one of the few ones that is in my shade. Well, really, these four are the only ones that are kind of in my shade right now, so we're gonna pull in 3 out of the 4. And then I'm rolling over one concealer that I'm almost done with, and then I also want to bring in, let's see, I think I want to bring in this NYX HD concealer. I don't remember how I feel about this. I did pick it up, I think, during the summertime, and I almost want to say it was a little too light for me at the time, so I'm gonna bring this in to use. I think I'm also gonna bring this in. This is the Smashbox, the original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur primer. I've used this quite a bit. It is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite primers. I don't have a lot of good luck with primers in general. I just don't find that they're very effective on my skin, but out of all the ones I've tried, this is definitely one of the best. All right, and I only have one powder in here, which is the Hourglass powder, and then I have a Fenty travel size, deluxe size powder that I'm rolling over from last month. So that does it for this drawer. All right, moving down to my powder products, basically my cheek face products, so blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and face palettes. The first thing I'm going to pull in is this bad boy right here. This is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. I'm really excited to bring this in. I actually, if I'm being honest, pulled for it a couple times last month. I've been project panning another bronzer basically all year, so I haven't gotten that much use out of my other bronzers. So this one is definitely one that is one of my absolute favorites. I got it for Valentine's Day this last year, so I am so excited to be able to use this pretty consistently. The one that I've been project panning is really close to being used up, so I expect that that will be done hopefully within the next week or so, and then I can start using this and only this. All right, so I am rolling over the face palette that I pulled in last month, which was the NARS palette, just because I barely reached for it and I want to get some good use out of it. So I am leaving that in my Shop My Stash, primarily just for the blushes that are in there. And I don't really actually, I do think I want to bring in this Ciate London blush in the shade In Too Deep. It is kind of a cool toned purple. I mean, it doesn't look cool toned in the viewfinder, but it is kind of a mauvey purpley champagne blush. I hope that this will actually be okay for me. Yeah, I think this will be good. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this in. And I do need a highlighter. I think I actually want to bring this in. This is the Too Faced Love Light highlighter in Blinded by the Light. I was project panning this, I think, last year, and by the time that project was over, I went ahead and stowed this away for a good long time. As you can see, there's no pan in it, but there is quite the dip. I really, really love this highlighter, so it's been a while. I've definitely had my distance from this, and I'm excited to pull it into use again. I think that might actually do it from this drawer. All right, let's move into palettes. There's obviously quite a bit in here, and I really haven't thought about what I might want to pull in to use. Maybe that. I'm actually gonna bring in this It Cosmetics palette. This is their It Girl, I think just It Girl, I'm not sure. I got this for Christmas. It might have been last year, or it might have been the year before that. I kind of feel like it was this last year. And I haven't gotten too much use out of it, but I have used it. You can see quite a bit of kickback in this. And I wanna get some good use out of this, just to get a feel for if I do like it or not. What I remember is that the shadows were pretty good, and we also have a blush bronzer kind of ombre in the middle. I don't know how much use I'll get out of that, but I don't really have a solid opinion on this yet, so I want to bring it in to get a solid opinion. I think the next palette I'm going to bring in is the ABH Norvina palette. This is what the inside looks like. I love this palette story. I know that it's not for everybody, but I really, really enjoy these shades. I like that all of the bottom, pretty much all of the bottom are mattes. These ones are kind of that satin that are mostly matte with a little bit of shimmer in them. And then these are very metallic shades up here. Definitely excited to bring this in. Okay, so I think I've made a decision. So I'm still pulling in the Norvina and the It Cosmetics palettes, these two right here, but I'm also gonna pull in 3 more. The first is the Tartelette in Bloom palette, of course, by Tarte. This is, of course, what the inside looks like. Very neutral, very basic. I need something that's easy to grab for, that I can use during the work week, especially when I don't have a lot of time in the morning. So this is gonna be perfect, and I've been wanting to pull this in. I've had this on my mind. So this one is coming back into my rotation. Along with that neutral thought, I actually swatched this palette right here. This is the Ofra Cosmetics Signature Palette Radiant Eyes. I did get this sent to me, I think, earlier this year. I don't know if the camera is really doing justice to how pretty these shimmers are, but this is what they look like. These shimmers are just so pretty. I haven't got to play with this in a long time because I put it away for a while, but I'm excited to, as with everything else, bring this back into my rotation. And then last is something very exciting. This is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. It has also been a long time since I have used this. This is what the inside looks like. Very exciting. There's some really unique topper shades in here, like Retrograde, Celestial, and Twilight. There's some purples, some really deep colors. I mean, it is a little warm toned for this time of year, but I'm really thinking about these purples, these toppers, and some of these just fun colors in here. So I thought I'd bring this in to just kind of play around with. All right, and that is gonna do it for this drawer. All right, first and foremost, we have this tray that holds a lot of my single shadows. And I think that there are 2 that I'm going to pull for. The first is this e.l.f. single shadow. This was a gift from one of my best friends, Mariana, last Christmas. It is in the shade oh, right here. Soray, it looks like. And this is what it looks like. It's a really pretty, just swirl your finger in there, tap it on the eye, be done kind of look. Maybe one eyeshadow in the crease. So I'm really excited to bring this back in to use. And then the other one that I want to bring in is this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This is in the shade Sugar. It's this really, really pretty icy blue color. I just thought December, an icy blue, it just seems quite fitting. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh wow, I am so excited to be bringing this in to use. It's such a pretty color. Look at that shine. Perfect, I think, for this time of year. Definitely in the holiday spirit. I wonder what these 2 shades would look like together. Kind of pretty. All right, so that is going to do it for this drawer. All right, next we have the liquid lipstick drawer, and the first thing I'm going to pull in is this liquid lipstick by Morphe. This is the shade Jealousy. This color, this formula is definitely one of my favorites. It's just so comfortable on the lips, and this color is just very much my kind of color. So we're gonna bring that in. I am gonna go ahead and pull in the shade Deceased by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I don't purchase from this brand anymore. more, but I did obviously purchase these 4. That's why they are here in my collection. So we're gonna bring this in to use. I kind of feel like I want to bring in the shade Prim. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring this in too. This is, I think, a liquid satin. Yeah, this is an ultra satin liquid lipstick by ColourPop in the shade Prim. It's a really, really pretty deep rusty, it's almost like a burgundy, but almost like a rusty burgundy. I'm not really sure, but I really like the ultra satin liquid lipstick formula, and I really like this color, so let's get some use out of it. That's gonna do it for this drawer. I have this measly little drawer right here, and I almost didn't pull it down, but I did decide to bring in this liquid shadow by Stila. This is in the shade Kitten. This isn't one of their glitter and glows. It's like a shiny liquid eyeshadow. Let me see if I can give it a bit of a swatch. Oh, it is so pretty. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. So I'm gonna bring this in. Again, I haven't really used this, so I'm not entirely sure how to use it on the eye. Maybe you just kind of like that. You just kind of blend it out with your finger and then maybe put like maybe a matte shade in the, I don't know. We're gonna play around with it, find out. And then our last drawer in here is mostly bullet lipsticks, but also some lip liners and some lip gloss over here. I haven't gotten too much use out of this Huda Beauty lipstick. This is one of her matte lipsticks in the shade Joyride. So I'm gonna bring this in to use a little bit more. And then I kind of want to bring this MAC lipstick in. This was a gift from my best friend Jessie a while ago. It is a really, really beautiful red. It's kind of like my perfect red color right here. Let's go ahead and bring it in so that I can get some use out of it. And that is gonna go ahead and do it for this drawer. And actually, that's gonna do it for everything that we're pulling in. So let me realign the camera and then you can watch me fill up my beauty box. Alright, so here is everything put together. In this top drawer we have all of my single shadows, so these are the 2 that we pulled in, Project Pan, and then in the back we have some that have just kind of been in here for a while, or ones that just stay in here. This liquid shadow by Stila stayed in here. This is the Glitter and Glow in the shade Smoldering Satin. And then I had a few lip products over here, this Huda one and these 2 Bite ones. Oh, and this Bite one right here that are remaining in here. And then these are all the ones that we pulled in. Next, if you're familiar with my channel at all and have seen my Shop My Stashes, this section doesn't really change. These are some of my specialty single shadows. So we have my 2 Hourglass ones in here, my 3 Kaja ones, and then all of my ColourPop, these guys, what are these called? The Kathleen Lights ColourPop Zodiac Pigment Collection. So those, and then just a kind of a handful of other ones. And then this side over here has my mascaras, brow products. We have this one Tarte eyeshadow that I guess actually kind of belongs over here. A couple other tools and such. And then this next drawer we have the 3 face products that, well, all of the face products that we pulled in. We have the bronzer, the highlight, the blush, and then all of the foundations and the primer and the concealer that we brought in. This is the concealer that you can probably tell I'm trying to use up. Not trying to use up, but just kind of am using up. And then this Hourglass primer is a rollover from last month also. And then this last drawer didn't really change. There's not really too much in here. The only thing that's new in here is this Huda Beauty lipstick because it doesn't really fit anywhere else. I wish I could put it up here, but it doesn't fit up here, so it's just gonna go ahead and live down here. I have these 2 sprays over here. This is the Fenty Beauty powder that we are rolling over, and then I also have this primer that I got in my BoxyCharm last month during the month of November. This is the Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm by Touch in Soul. I have used this a handful of times, not loving it too much yet, but I left it in here because I want to try it out a little bit more before I decide to give it to somebody else. So that is that drawer. And if you are not new to my collection, then this is going to look new to you. I recently got this last month from TJ Maxx. I've been on the hunt for something exactly like this for a very, very long time. I wanted something that kind of was like a desk organizer, but more my aesthetic and fit palettes like this. I have another palette organizer might be by ByAlegory. I'm not really sure, but it's really, really bulky, really big, fits kind of too many palettes. And this is just really nice because it has 2 sections, so it fits a lot of palettes and it's just wide enough, and it's just great. I really, really love this. So most of the things in here are new except for this right here, which I'm project panning, the NARS palette that we rolled over that I'm trying to just get some good use out of. This Too Faced palette I'm project panning, and I think that's it. So this, and this are all new. And I think everything fits in here really well. We could, in fact, even fit something else here and something else back here. So there's a lot of room in this thing. Again, I got this at TJ Maxx. It's got a marble base and then these gold wiring caging around it. All right, and those are all of the things that I will be using for the month of December, except for the couple of things that I ordered that are not at my house yet. So I'm really excited actually about a lot of the things that I pulled in to get some use out of, to play around with, and just get a better opinion on some of these things that I haven't used too much and just want to play around with some more. So if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe for more content from me, don't forget to do so before you go. All of those buttons are down below, and I think that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.